It's your boy, Moo. Now, today we're back on a video. Today we're watching a video called I think the Lakers ignored LeBron's biggest problem. Now, we've been watching these for the past like 5 days or the past week. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, today we just want to actually get into the video. I don't know why these ads are actually popping up like that, but
not just anyone can fight for everyone.
nobody want to go to war for y'all, bro. I'm sorry. Nobody does.
This is from the
I
woman
gotta
over
stick
there.
it first.
You just earned 5% cash back on that. Also, if I start a conga line, will you join?
Earn 5% cash back at different categories each quarter.
Oh,
Up to
wait.
$1,500 in purchases when you activate.
Since winning,
But basically, yeah, I don't know what this video is gonna be about, but we just gonna get into it. And I highly doubt LeBron is actually gonna retire this year. I don't think he is. I don't know where that came from, but I don't think he's gonna retire this year. That's
the
just my
championship
biggest.
in the bubble, LeBron James has averaged nearly 26, 7.5, and 7.5 in 6 seasons. He has never missed a playoff game with injury in his career, but the same problem keeps biting him. The Lakers were helpless against the Thunder, and LeBron was furious at bad calls, but even angrier that his team had no rim protection or inside scoring and were swept out of the playoffs again. Even worse, of the 7 Lakers who played the most minutes in the playoffs, all 7 could leave in free agency. Los Angeles knows the championship formula. Get a superstar, surround him with the right cast, and profit with a title. Only since the bubble, they keep getting that cast wrong. And with a new roster to build, the Luka Doncic era is quickly becoming haunted with the same questions that plagued LeBron. Since the bubble, LeBron has not returned to the finals. Luka proved with the 2024 Mavericks he can get you there. But the Lakers need to break one specific pattern or they are going to waste Luka Doncic's.
This thing LeBron trying to
So
rip his
the
jersey?
question was winning the 2020 championship the worst thing that could have happened to LeBron? Sounds a bit insane because, of course, winning a title is always the goal. But when the Lakers won, they learned the wrong lesson. And that wrong lesson has not only kept them stuck for the last 6 years, it's also a lesson they are repeating with Luka. Because let's remember that when LeBron first joined the Lakers, the team actually failed to make the playoffs in his first season. But they were young. LeBron was suiting up next to Lonzo Ball, Brandon Ingram,
That's
and
crazy.
Josh Hart. All 3 who, after 1 year with LeBron, were traded to the Pelicans along with the number 4 pick and 3 other first rounders for Anthony Davis. A move that won the Lakers the 2020 championship, but also forced them to fall into what I call the superstar trap. A trap that they have quickly found themselves in with Luka. A superstar can mask a lot of problems on a roster and can win you a lot of games with the wrong players. That is the trap, because once the playoffs come around, those wrong players get exposed. And I know a lot of people discount the 2020 title because it was won in the bubble. Even AD has said he doesn't know if it should really count.
You know, it's like, man, did I win? Did I not win? Like, I know I'm listed as a champion, but it's like, I'm not sure.
But regardless of how they won, the Lakers should have learned a very valuable lesson. 2020 LeBron averaged over 10 assists per game. He was second in MVP voting, and Anthony Davis was the perfect secondary star to complement him. The thing is, though, the Lakers also had the right role players around their 2 big names. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Rajon Rondo, Kyle Kuzma, Alex Caruso. These types of role players led them to a championship. But instead of focusing on what made their overall roster special, what made this a title team, the trap was activated. Los Angeles saw that in just 1 season, they could change a large portion of their roster and still win a title. They saw LeBron and Anthony Davis could carry them, which meant for the 2021 season, they began the pattern they need to fix during the Luka Doncic era. Because in 2021, the Lakers entered the season as title favorites and left after losing in the first round. So what went wrong? The Lakers overreacted to an injury-filled season. In 2021, LeBron only played 45 games in a 72-game regular season, and Anthony Davis played in just 36, solidifying his nickname of Street Clothes. This meant that even though the Lakers still had most of their title core in place, they had a subpar regular season and were just the 7th seed. They then went on to lose in the first round of the playoffs to the second-seeded Suns in 6 games, which for the defending champions caused a panic like no other. What is important to note here is that while the Lakers roster was mostly unchanged, LA did try to replace Dwight Howard's rim protection with Andre Drummond. Dwight Howard wanted to come back to LA. He even made a tweet saying he was staying because he thought that he had officially re-signed, but he had to delete that tweet and sign with the 76ers because the contract the Lakers offered him was taken back, giving us an early sign. The Sixers, because the officially re-signed, but he had to delete that tweet and sign with the 76ers because the contract
I have never seen. Wait, did he actually like go with them now?
the Lakers offered him was taken back, giving us an early sign that the Lakers were falling into the trap. They were not valuing the specific role of role players enough. Dwight's value as a defender was under-recognized. Instead, Los Angeles brought in a older, talented player, Andre Drummond, who was an all-star in his career, but also was a bad defender. And with that, they paid a price. But more importantly, while Anthony Davis
was that?
Play in 5 games in the first round, he was playing injured. That alone should have been enough for the Lakers to relax and realize that they just had an extremely unlucky season. But they didn't. They instead made panic moves that would still cost them to this day. But the lesson the Lakers need to learn from their current DeAndre Ayton move is do not panic. Their 2026 roster had flaws. Their 2021 roster had flaws. But both also had huge injuries to their stars. Only after the 2021 season, the Lakers convinced themselves they were too far away from being a contender. So they panicked and went all in on a third star, Russell Westbrook. In order to get Russ, they lost their entire identity. The 2020 championship team was a 2-man show where both LeBron and Anthony Davis averaged over 27
points. Bro,
they
really sold, bro.
And 9 rebounds a game in the playoffs. They didn't need a big 3. This pairing worked because LeBron and AD carried with the right pieces around them. No one else on the Lakers averaged over 10.7 points per game in the 2020 playoffs, but their role players were defensive-minded and ready to step up when needed. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope averaged 16 points per game in the last 3 games of the finals. Kyle Kuzma had 3 games in the playoffs with 17 or more points. In order to get Russ, they were traded. Los Angeles thought that like between 2019 and 2020, they could change their entire roster overnight and still
trading your best
for a
players for one
but
person.
Now, with Russell Westbrook, the Lakers were betting on bench players such as Malik Monk, a non-defender, a respectfully washed-up Carmelo Anthony, a respectfully washed-up Avery Bradley, and a never washed-up Stanley Johnson.
Yo, that's so crazy, bro. I used to think Carmelo Anthony's be the nicest player, bro. But it's just certain times when people gotta retire. This shit just ain't happened. Bro, this shit just ain't happened to LeBron yet, bro.
Big 3 was brutal. They figured if they had 3 all-star level talents, everything else would figure itself out. It didn't, and that is the superstar trap in play. The current Lakers need to learn from this.
Way, bro, what do y'all be doing to these players? It's like as soon as they go to another team, they so ass.
Same pattern cannot play out like it has been with DeAndre Ayton. If the current Lakers do make a huge move, it has to be the right one. It has to be an Anthony Davis type of trade where AD actually fit into what LeBron was doing. They cannot panic and just go for a talented player and hope that
this just shows you that the game really doesn't matter. It's all about who you surround people with. You know what I mean? It really depends how they gonna go. Cause you got when Luka went to what's it called? You got this actually look gay. I actually do this, but like I'm really thinking about something. This is like, you know, like, let me not say that. But yeah, you know, like when they had traded Luka for Anthony Davis and all that, right? Why when he come there, he not even as good as he was on the what's called the Mavs, bro.
The roster is going to figure it out. The most talented big 3s throughout history have always had star role players.
Bro, not to mention that one fantasy team they had with the Cavs in like 2018, 2017.
Big 3 of Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, and Kevin Garnett was complemented by Rajon Rondo, Kendrick Perkins, Leon Powe, and Tony Allen. The Dynasty Warriors had Sean Livingston and Andre Iguodala. When you try to just bring in 3 guys and hope it works, you get disasters like the Suns with Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal. Russell Westbrook was such a disaster move. Him and LeBron hated playing with each other so much that the Lakers with Russ didn't just miss the finals, they missed the playoffs entirely.
I don't bring my kids to the game because I don't want them to hear people calling their dad nicknames and other names for no reason. You know, my family don't even want to go to that.
Man, that nigga Russell Westbrook worse than me on my bad day, bro. Like, I'm a big fan of Russell Westbrook, but god damn, bro, what
Home
the
games,
hell?
any game.
Why did I
Honestly,
just see that?
Russ move may have
This
been
nigga
salvaged
just
if
shot
Los Angeles
0 for 10.
had saved themselves
What
with
the
something
fuck,
else
bro?
entirely. Just evaluating their own talent correctly. After the 2021 season, where the Lakers lost in the first round, Alex Caruso was up for a contract extension. The Lakers looked at their own team and decided Talen Horton-Tucker was simply better, so they extended him instead. They let Caruso walk to the Bulls, and the Bulls last season were able to trade Caruso for a triple-double machine in Josh Giddey. Caruso has of course established himself as a key piece on the Thunder's championship team and their current roster, so this trade was a win-win for the Thunder and the Bulls. The only team that lost was the Lakers, who fumbled this decision. Talen Horton-Tucker is not only no longer with the Lakers, he is completely out of the NBA right now. And going even further, after the Lakers got rid of Russell Westbrook, they were able to reach the 2023 Western Conference Finals, where a guy like Alex Caruso
I'm
played
mad
major
as shit that that's how bad Russell Westbrook was, though. That's so crazy.
minutes.
I'm
may
low-key
have
mad
made
about
all
that.
of the
That
difference.
nigga is
Instead,
my favorite player in
the
2K,
Lakers
bro.
were swept as D'Angelo Russell
In a real
played
life, too.
both
That's
horrible
crazy, though.
defense and averaged 6.3 points per game.
Move, bro. Yo. Yeah, I'm low-key mad how that went, though. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Another pattern the Lakers need to learn from. Because right now, Rui Hachimura and Austin Reeves are both up for contract extensions. Rui specifically just averaged over 17 a game in the playoffs and shot over 56% from three. Sometimes the grass looks greener, but other times the right player is already on your roster. If LA can extend Rui for a reasonable price, they need to. He's shown he fits in with their core. He is a net positive, not one of their issues. And yes, if the right trade for Austin Reeves is there, you make it. But it has to be an Anthony Davis type trade, not a Russell Westbrook one. Luka and Austin Reeves might struggle together defensively, but Austin averaged over 23 points per game in the regular season. He fought
Bro,
through
that's
injuries.
still not doing shit with Luka right now, bro. That shit crazy. Y'all got Luka and y'all still like. I'm gonna keep it being the NBA is so scripted because I feel like that whole injury is bullshit.
The playoffs and still averaged 20.
They did the same thing
Four
with
of the
Joel
Lakers'
Embiid.
best
That shit.
three-man combinations
Fuck no.
this year included Austin Reeves. And while their best two-man combination was Rui and Marcus Smart, their second best was Luka and Austin Reeves. Then, of course, another massive decision comes with LeBron. LeBron did bring some drama this season. I'm not denying that. But if LeBron wants to come back to the Lakers and wants to run it back, to me, that shows he's more locked in embracing his current role with the team than he even was this year. I don't think he's going to waste potentially the last season of his career playing for a team that he doesn't enjoy playing for. And so I have a final question for you. What would happen if you took MVP Steph Curry off of the 2015 Warriors? I think we can agree the answer is they don't win the title. And Luka Doncic this season had yet again another MVP year. We did not get a chance to see what a Luka Doncic-led roster was capable of this season. It's just that simple. But even if you don't think this roster is capable of winning a championship, what is more important here is still that the Lakers learn their lesson and do not have a desperate offseason. If we're being honest,
You wanna know what I
time
came
is
up
not-
with, bro? It's like the bigger you is, the more you get injured. Like, listen. Like, if y'all haven't noticed, Anthony Davis, injured. LeBron James, almost got injured for real. Luka Doncic, I said it wrong. Luka Doncic, right? Okay. The nigga plays guard, but he's 6'8". Of course he gonna get injured like that, bro. So it's just all making sense. It's just like all the big niggas is getting injured and they staying like that for like a whole season, bro.
Not running out. Luka is signed until 2028 with a 2029 player option. The Lakers need to upgrade this roster, yes, but they also need to learn from the pattern we saw in 2021. Already, we saw the Andre Drummond move in DeAndre Ayton. That didn't work. Los Angeles needs to learn. They need to do what they can to target a defensive big man who can set picks and catch lobs. Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively were key to Luka's
Yo, I'm
title
still trying
run
to
in
figure out how the
2024.
fuck was Andre Drummond actually good on the 76ers, but he couldn't be on a good Lakers team. That's so crazy to me, bro. Maybe he just need a bunch of young talent around him or
And at
something.
the end of the day, when the
Lakers
Lakers
got
traded
that
for
stuff.
Luka Doncic, they were betting on a superstar who you could pair with a still all-star level LeBron and a high-level scorer in Austin Reeves, along with the right role players, and compete for a title. Keywords: right role players. Because the Thunder and the Spurs do have near super teams, yes, but sometimes the best player on the court is still able to win anyway. The 2022 Nuggets were very injured, and they lost in the first round of the playoffs. The 2023 Nuggets were healthy. They won the championship. And as we know, no one expected the 2024 Mavs to make the finals. But with the right secondary star in Kyrie Irving and the right role players around him, Luka Doncic proved for that year he was the best player in the world, and so he was able to go on a run. The Lakers know the formula. They saw it in 2020. Get the right role players, combine them with a superstar, and you are in title contention. What LA cannot do is fall back into the trap. Because this time, they won't be wasting the end of LeBron's career. They'll be wasting Luka
Bro,
Doncic's...
LeBron need to either just go back to the Cavs, or I say go to a way better organization. I think if we trade LeBron for Paul George, which I don't think the Lakers is going to do, because Paul George is actually... Like, he's looking a little washed right now. He can do a little something, but he can't do as much as LeBron. I think that'll be a bad trade. But, you know what I'm saying? I think if wherever LeBron wants to go, nobody can really say anything now.
prime. And with history
He's
there
not
for
big.
them to learn from, they really have no excuse here. So there we have it. Thank you for watching today's video. If you did, I really think you're going to like the videos that are on the screen.
I ain't gonna lie, y'all. That's the end of the video. I hope y'all enjoyed. Let me know what y'all think about the stuff that I said in this video. But yeah, no further ado. We out. We bipping. Y'all stay safe. And yeah. Especially this summer again, because I don't know what the fuck finna go on. But yeah, man. I don't even know if it's gonna be a good or bad summer. But yeah, y'all stay safe out there, you know what I'm saying? Be as safe as y'all can be. We out. We bipping. It's from Moo, you know what I'm saying?